What's up, guys? I'm Greeny. This is Charles, and we're going to call this episode of the Last Rant. And Charles has no idea what we're going to be talking about, but I want to get his opinion on a few things. We're going to call this episode People Who Are About to Lose Their Jobs. Any idea what I'm referring to, Charles? I bet you don't. You might think
Not
you
right
do,
now. Not yet.
but you don't. Okay.
Not yet.
First thing is going to be a little lighthearted. Then we'll get more into something a little bit more serious. But Charles, you hear about the running track in Thailand they just built for $1 million baht, like $1 million US, 30 million baht. You hear about that one?
I think I might have heard some rumor about a track that was built wrong.
You see that?
Yes.
So they built a track. Looks like on the far angle it's round, but then like at the one side they got right angles, like on a running track. And they talked to the company and somebody or the city, somebody came up and said, well, this track's not meant for running. It's made for walking. They tried to save a little face in the situation. I'm sure the instructions were, we want a track around, around the football pitch, the soccer field. And, sometimes if you don't give people very, very specific instructions, you could end up with a track like this.
Yes.
What do you think?
A disaster. That's going to cost. It's going to cost millions to fix, and it will never be forgotten. Not by those who are involved.
So yeah. So to explain, it's like $1 million US. This project, it was 30 million Thai baht. So that can you imagine when whoever says to the thing, I wonder if the city even noticed or they didn't even realize oh, this is pretty messed up until citizens or people went there to go use the track. What the hell? This brand new, people probably saw this thing under construction for the way things go in Thailand, maybe 2 years. Finally, it's done and you get a square track.
It's just preposterous. It's the culmination of oversight and just sheer ignorance as to how tracks are actually constructed.
Maybe they just didn't know, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so maybe somebody's going to lose their job. Now, the other one I want to talk about, and I don't even know if you've heard about this one yet, but let me load this up for you. Have you seen this one? You know what this is all about?
No, I
okay. So this is another one where somebody, probably some tough guy employee at it was the Hampton Inn in Minneapolis. They refused service and wouldn't give hotel rooms to ICE agents who are members of the federal government. And I don't think somebody, maybe the manager, maybe the person working, I don't even know who made the smart decision at the Hampton to, say, no, we're not going to serve you. You can't have a room here. Well, the federal government have a pretty big contract with Hilton for, all types of federal employees. I remember when I worked for the government, I could go show my government ID and, I'd get a certain discount, but they had a plan. Sometimes they'll send, 30 people, 50 people, conferences, all kinds of stuff. And I can guarantee you Hilton probably didn't want to lose the federal government's business. And once the federal government found out about them denying the ICE agents, they canceled the contract. And I'm not sure if it was with Hilton overall or Hampton Inns overall. But anyways, what happened is Hilton, who's the parent company of the Hampton Inn, you're out. This, because all those hotels are franchised. They're not all owned by the main company. So if you have a franchise, you can't just make your own decisions on what you want to do. There's strict guidelines and you can't do that. So Hilton's like, I guess you're going to be the Joe Blow Hotel now because you're not going to be Hampton or Hilton anymore. And you think that franchise owner, you think somebody's not losing their job over this one?
Oh yeah. Because it would blow my mind to know that the parent companies would even be in the least bit tolerant of that type of behavior, because it has far-reaching implications. Not only would they lose possible contracts with the government, but also the tax implication and the liability of discrimination charges against that company. You cannot just take it upon yourself to do things like that and create havoc like that, and instead of
I
special
mean,
rules for certain groups. You just can't do it.
merchants can refuse service, and I guess being an ICE agent is not like a nationality or a religion that it's that type of discrimination. But I'm curious to know if the franchise owner had any idea what was going on. Can you imagine the phone call that he got from Hilton? So say his employees did this, it makes the news. He's like, what the hell? What the hell do you guys do? Next thing he's getting a call from Paris Hilton saying, you're out. You're out of the company.
Yeah, that would be something else. I find it hard to believe that the owner would have any knowledge of this. And I guess this person, who was going to be a wise guy, took it upon himself to think that this would go no further than just him. You'd have to be a complete idiot to think that this is not going to go any further when you're talking about denying federal agents a spot in your hotel. It's just
A lot of tough
my
guys
mind.
out there.
Not only that, by you losing that label, the Hilton title, you're gonna not be able to charge the same rates anymore because you don't have the prestige. You're not gonna be given the same accoutrements in the industry that you would if you had that Hilton name, the same recognition. You're gonna probably go under as a business. They may lose that hotel
I think
because
it's going to end up being another franchise of something, and with the new owner, they're going to have to, sell it or whatever, or this guy's going to have to beg and plead. I don't know. Will an apology work? I wonder if he fires the employee, makes an example out of it and begs and, issues a formal apology to the federal government and to Hilton. I mean, who knows? I don't know, but I just saw that and I thought it was. I saw those two things the same day, and it just made me think like, some people are gonna be losing their jobs,
Yeah. And at the end of the day, they'll cry victim, and when in fact they brought it all on themselves. So I
Right.
have no sympathy for those type of people.
Okay, just one more person losing his job. This is another one in Thailand, but since we're making this video, we may as well show this one too. This was a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, I think somebody lost their life in this one, but let's take a look. So yeah, this guy forgot to put his dump down, crashed into that bridge, and that bridge came tumbling down. I can't remember if anybody lost their life over that. Maybe they didn't. I can't remember, but they have so many problems on this Rama 2, this highway here that's been under construction forever. But who would expect this to happen? And do you think that bridge should have been built better than that, or do you think it's normal that it would come down like that from a truck? Like that's
I don't think that bridge should come down like that. Maybe it should sustain some damage, significant damage, but not come down like that. That's poor construction, poor engineering.
I
I've
don't know
seen
though. The
some
way
of
that truck was angled, though, I've seen it before. Like if it was higher up and it would hit to go like that, but I think it hit at the perfect angle where it wasn't too high to go back. That it just hit boom at the perfect angle to push it over.
Mhm.
I've seen it happen
Maybe
before,
it
but I haven't
wasn't.
seen the whole bridge come down like that.
That is really, really unusual. And I mean, I just think that it should have been engineered better. That bridge, the whole thing shouldn't have collapsed like that. Maybe a big chunk could have been taken out of it. But then again, you've got those I-beam supports that are really big, and if those get knocked off their foundation, you never know. You just
And
never
that's a
know.
big ass truck. I mean, there's a lot of weight on that. I'd say that it's the truck driver's fault. That guy's
Oh
probably
yeah,
going to lose his job. I think he
I
might be in a little bit
recall.
more trouble than losing his job.
Oh yeah, I recall an incident like that occurring while I was on the job, and the guy had a car hauler, and he didn't lower the upper level of cars. And he came on. He made all those brand new sedans and
luxury cars. It wasn't
Yeah,
it luxury cars like Corvettes or something. It was nice cars, I think, sports cars.
Yeah, they were. They were, and I was there for it. And the poor guy, he was sitting on the side of the road, the driver, and he was crying. He said something about 27 years he'd been doing that, and that's the first time he ever forgot to lower that upper level of cars down once he loaded the lower level. I felt bad for the guy, but he said he did a good job over that.
Oh yeah. He probably won't get his last paycheck. He probably didn't get his last paycheck either.
Probably
not.
Docked
him a little bit. I don't know, but that's accidents happen. But I don't know. Anyways, all right, that's it. Just a couple of people losing their job. If you guys enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Kind of a newer channel. We're just getting going and trying to work out some kinks here. We'll see you guys in the next video.